eyes are on Guild. Guild are they about to pull an oxygen here? This is another team where I feel like they're disjointed, and like their philosophy on offense just kind of dies. And when you put a little too much pressure on them, they tend to they struggle, but they're not struggling right now, though they'll start things off with a goal.
And the inverse of that, Jorby, is with the weapons that this team has between, everyone on the team is so good individually that when they are feeling themselves and they're comfortable and confident, this team can be one of the best in Europe. But right now, from what we've seen in the games in the series from Guild, they have been shaky. Like you said, disjointed, a little disorganized. It feels like everyone's kind of playing their own game instead of playing the team game.
Or just maybe a little passive at times, or it's like, okay, well, he's going to go for that ball, and I'm just going to sit back here because, that ball will bounce back to me. But a little more aggressive here on this next push. Though, it goes for a hard rebound against the back wall, but Nolly and Scrub had to stay back in their own half. Though looking for a way out, he did get that slide against the back wall, but it was all for naught, just got pitched right back into their backboard. And a high ball falls straight down to Nolly. Nothing too threatening developing, except Tho, who is the biggest threat on the field right now for Guild.
That's a tough challenge there for Mads. I mean, you feel like you had him, but he went a little bit too far to the left, and that pinched back towards his net as though it was behind the ball a bit more. So unfortunate situation there, and a rough start here for MINKZ Gaming. They really got to turn things around here in game one. You got to stop the bleeding. Again, the Guild is a team that once they get going and they feel comfortable and confident, they will just start putting away goals. The individual talent on this team is too high to not let that happen.
Right now, it's MINKZ Gaming forced to dive for some of these challenges, but Mads will win one touch, Masquerade will win another, and it will be blocked back to midfield for Tho to receive. Receive he does. But MINKZ Gaming, how do they want to get set up here? You have Masquerade second man, he's waiting back in midfield. They'll go for the jump ball. That only baited out himself, and now Mads has to buy time. As Scrub gets right over him, he flips it over another, and Masquerade avoids danger to finally get the ball out for MINKZ.
Yeah,
what a pass!
That's
no!
A big miss. That one hurts if you're MINKZ. You really need every opportunity you're going to get, and that was a huge one. They weren't able to capitalize there, and it does feel like, I was about to say as well, that it feels like MINKZ, I don't know if they're a little bit nervous or what. There's been some missed touches, some indecision. Right now, they just need to get into this series, into this game, and understand where they're sitting at. They have opportunity as that one almost goes in for Mads.
Oh, and Masquerade got up to that next ball, but he ended up skidding right over the top of it. Another shot denied, this time by Nolly. Still, this is a good progression, and MINKZ, they can't get another shot on net as Scrub finds a long clear for Mads to handle. And handle it for now, but it's a dump back to Nolly from Tho. Back to Tho, and shot is denied again. Nothing here for MINKZ on the counter attack. They're gonna need to win a challenge or two, and they can't even win the ball against Scrub, so Scrub will carry that ball out, find Tho in traffic, and Tho will get the Hattie casually.
I was about to say, you really can't afford to give Guild this much space in the midfield. Players like Scrub will just take this one away. And that's great teamwork from Guild. You know, we talked about them being disjointed, but I like to see them combine downfield and get that confidence going. And again, I feel like MINKZ right now are just not playing up to the speed and to the level in which Guild want to play out. And you're seeing where those gaps are through the midfield. Very clearly, Guild are taking advantage right now.
And MINKZ, when they have a little bit of space, they're already going full speed by the time they get to the ball. Scrub has full length and almost found the shot. He'll get the bump in net. He'll dunk another one on his way out, and it allows another shot to come, but it's denied. And now a breakaway opportunity that Scrub has to catch. He can't. MINKZ finally on the board. Masquerade picks it up.
This is a great response from MINKZ. Scrub's late rotating back because he accidentally landed on a player, which slowed him down when he had no boost. And that bought just enough time for Masquerade to get down. Give credit. A good angle there to put that shot away. Nobody was home for Guild. Everyone committed. And one back for MINKZ.
Ooh. Getting boxed out of midfield off the kickoff for Guild. MINKZ have to fight Scrub for the ball, who's been having his way with the pitch in this game. Tho, who's been having his way with the net. And Nolly, who's just happy to be here with a 3-1 lead. And Guild, you know, they're able to roll that ball back out to the corner, but it's got to feel comforting for Guild when you're put in this kind of spot and it's been 2-2. Some of your matches have been tough today. You haven't looked your best at times, but it's got to feel good to come out pretty strong against Minx. They still got to be careful in this last minute.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know, while Guild are looking like the stronger team, they've had to put up now 9 saves against Minx. So it's not an easy game. It's not easy going to do it. Oh, it's just too high, and Scrub accidentally clears it away. That would have been a highlight reel goal. That would have been a highlight reel goal.
It would have.
But opportunity is there for Minx. You know, I don't want to count them out just yet. They might go down and lose this game 1, but they're putting up shots, and maybe it was a slow start here in the beginning, but I think they're warming up to this play style of Guild.
Well, they're at least making that first man on Guild. There's usually a Minx car there to force them to go to a specific direction with the ball. I think that's really helped with the rest of their rotation. But the difference really is the consistent pressure, Corelli, I think, for Minx. They can get a few shots off pretty consistently. They can find the clears, but locking down midfield for more than, say, 30 seconds is something they've certainly struggled with. And you do got to pressure Guild a little bit more than that to see those mistakes start to unfold.
Yeah, I think the biggest threat to Minx right now are just literally the individual plays from Guild. When a player has full boost and he takes the ball up the wall, they are very confident in their individual skill, and you've seen it. I mean, multiple times, Guild players air dribbling over 1-2 players of Minx, so they really do either respect it more or they need to, ideally, shut it down before it even formulates for Guild.
Yeah, maybe your second man does stay a little more relaxed, understanding like, okay, we know that they're going to try for this solo play. So we'll play it like a solo play, and we'll just play not necessarily the loss, but, you know, not pushing forward, expecting the ball to be pushed forward, just to try to keep Guild honest on some of these carries. Because if you continue to give Scrub that space, or you want to play that close, tight rotation, Scrub's just air dribbling the ball over you. It's not working. They definitely have to change it up. I agree, Crowley.
But again, opportunity is there for Minx. Some were weaker than others, but there were a lot of quality shots that forced some tough saves out of Guild. And I don't know, maybe that was just because Guild kind of got a little cocky in that game. You could tell by the way they were playing. That's a great pass from Tho. Minx, I mean, again, they're starting off right where they left off in the beginning of the first game, where it's just constant pressure and another shot goes wide as Guild are just peppering the back wall now.
Starting to find a good rhythm. Scrub next up in midfield. He gets one touch. It's right over the head of a Minx player. That was Mads. But Matt's Gray grabbed the ball back into the corner. Oh, the misread and the pinch goal. No! Scrub Killer denies the ultimate projected shot. And no goal.
Yeah, just didn't get enough speed. I thought that pinch was going to go a bit farther, or harder rather. But I like the setup there from Minx. Now this is dangerous once again. The Guild players just air dribbling over the defense once more. This time they get away for it. Now 1v1 for Mats against Scrub. He's going to go for the bump on him and can't get him.
I like the idea, though. That's probably the higher percentage play there. Instead of trying to force the 50 and bulldoze your way back into the net. That was a good chance for Minx to really start putting the pressure on, but the whiff is not going to help you if you're Minx. Now Nolly's going to carry the ball towards the net, saved by Matt's Gray. Just when it starts to heat up for Minx, the ice gets applied real quick, and Guild stop any kind of real pressure they had.
Well, Kern, you avoided the demo, but you didn't keep the ball there. Scrub goes flying through it. Nolly just slicing and dicing through the defense.
Let's get one more look at it. Ready? Whoop. And one more. Wait. Whoop. Oh, and right in your net. That was wonderfully done by Nolly. And that's a Guild lead again, Corelli. It's just the solo plays. They're coming through and through. It's working. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. I mean, all of the dangerous chances that Guild has produced throughout this series, it's just been individual plays. Sure, there's been a couple passing plays. I want to give him credit. And this isn't a bad thing either. I mean, if it's working, keep going for it. I mean, they're looking good. There's a musty coming out from Scrub as well. And there's a great pass down to Tho as defense has to clear that one away. So, you know, Guild, they have those quick little touches in the box as well that they keep in their back pocket. But these individual plays, Minx really do need to start shutting down a bit quicker.
Scrub got the bump on Matt's Gray, and it gave him the ball back. He wins another 50. He did have Tho riding with him on that play, but it was a good job by Matt's Gray to cut off that passing angle and keep the scoreline within one. Another great pass. Scrub went for the roller, but it's saved. Tho not wanting to overcommit. He's waiting for the ball to be given to him. It was, but still Minx progressed to the blue half. Shot denied. Really not a shot, just Scrub taking that rebound option away. And Guild, the back is blown apart, and Nolly has to dive back. Minx, there was nobody ready for that shot after the demo.
Yeah, everyone used their boost initially on that first try, and unfortunately nobody could get back to the ball even if they wanted to. Still just a 1-goal game here, as though gets past one. Great cut out the Scrub kill on the back post, and an open shot from him. It's a textbook play, really, from Guild, and it's a beauty second goal.
Textbook play, but a really solid first touch, and just got it by Mads, too. And I mean, that's just not the only good touch that Tho has made. Tho has been the benefactor of a couple passes from Nolly in this game, Corelli. They just haven't been able to score. The net's been well defended on those infield pass attempts. But every time his number's called, he answers in this match. Minx really struggling for goals against Guild.
A lot of space here for Nolly. I'm probably not the best use of it here, as somehow Minx get away with it, but Nolly still had tons of space to play with there. That midfield still being given up by Minx.
Oh, Minx feeling desperate. That was the third man diving back on that play. It did take Guild a little bit of time to get back downfield, but you can definitely feel Minx starting to stretch for some of these challenges. They've been losing that inches battle, or that, that space battle, if you will. Well, that sounds kind of cool. It sounds way cooler than it actually probably is. Minx maybe a chance here. That's a good first touch for Mads, but Scrub is there and takes away the ball.
But it really is. It is that space battle that they're losing right now, and it's the use of the space as well, right? And there's Scrub. He'll use space quite nicely as Guild put a third one in.
And this time it's Nolly. He's been throwing passes from the corner. This time he just drives right over Mads Gray. He's like, okay, first I give you really awkward ball. Oh, you mistouched that? Okay, now I steal it. And Scrub scores. Thank you. Good game. That's what it's been.
Yeah. I mean, no, you're not wrong. I mean, what else can you say? Right now, Minx, it's kind of the same old story every single time as Scrub can't get the save on that one. But look at the shot from Mads as he placed it perfectly into the corner. I think this might have I don't know what Scrub was doing there. He was sliding in the back of the net and then
maybe he
thought back to the ball.
Maybe he thought that ball was going to be challenged. Maybe he thought there was a touch coming. But it's called the goal line shuffle, Corelli. Learn it.
Yeah.
Great dance.
Well, it gives a chance here for Minx to get back into it. I mean, they're only down by 2 goals in 30 seconds, of course, is tough to do, but that's a great pass out, and a second one goes through for Matt Gray, and all of the sudden, it's more and more possible for Minx.
Oh, man, the possibilities become greater indeed. What a pass in traffic to Matt Gray, who just put it on a dime, and a lot of power on it, too. That was 117 kilometers per hour. Okay, we got time, Minx. What you got in the tank? As Guild throw a long ball downfield. And for Minx, can they win that 50? That gives them the difference of scoring another goal. Nolly, great pass to Tho. Tho tried the change up, but Mads was not to be fooled. And Guild, it's still beneficial for them. It's now another. Are you kidding me? How does this ball go in, Corelli? Everybody on Guild was here.
Scrub tried to get the fake, and it would have given him enough time to kill the clock, but instead it was read perfectly and played across. Minx have given themselves a second life.
I didn't think it was going in. I was like, yeah, that'll get saved out to the side, but wait a minute, Guild with Scrub for one last war at the net, so that's probably the touch you actually want for Nolly to grab it again. Nolly one touch, though. Scrub's up in the air, but there is Kern to take the ball away. And gently, we ride into overtime, Corelli.
Wow, this would be a huge loss if Guild were to drop this game. They really have blown a lead here that they were comfortably sitting in.
It was no question about it, especially that last one. There's no reason the bump between Scrub and Tho should happen. And I'm thinking about when I had casted with Johnny Boy, the last time I casted Guild, and he said, just hit the ball between Tho and Scrub and watch them double commit or run into each other. That's exactly what happened again.
Well, it's not over yet.
Happening.
That is a question. That might be a question for later if it does come back to haunt Guild in a weak shot by MNKZ. But it is getting dicey. You are feeling like Minx, they're starting to realize, hold on a second, this team isn't invincible here in Guild. We have opportunity, and that's a missed touch, but still spending some time here on the Guild half.
Nice first carry here from Scrub too to get Guild set up. And they've done a great job really managing every counter Minx have given them for the most part. It's just those defensive mistakes, but they find themselves back in midfield. Here's Nolly with the first touch. Mads trying to turn around, find the touch, but Nolly gets 2 bumps and Mads recovers to keep them alive. What a recovery in front of the net. Tho keeps it going, but another hard clear for Kern. Still, they progress towards the orange net. It is another hard clear, giving Minx some time, but they got to get back to the ball in midfield.
That's a missed touch there. I've seen that a couple times, and the shot comes through. Mads had to clear it away. That's scary. And now Nolly with tons of boost. Place it down to Scrub. Another shot. It's wide.
Wow.
And Guild just can't find the back of the net. The defense just hanging on now. 8 saves for Minx.
I felt like that shot should have been Scrub's. Like that should have been a goal. It was a decent pass, but I think he tried to just shove it near post and missed pretty hard on that play. Still, though, I mean, Minx are having so much trouble grabbing the ball. They're just going for that hard touch. That was a panic touch from Mads. Nobody was around, and he threw the ball out. Tho almost stole the ball right there. Mads barely keeping Minx alive right now. It is oppressive from Guild. Nolly losing the ball, but they can't win a challenge, Corelli. Every single challenge has just been Guild players building up momentum on the ground and then just barreling into these balls, and now Minx are just running into each other. Where's the shot from Guild? Tho throws it over one, and MNKZ barely keeps it out, but still no clears can come. Finally, boomed it. Could you imagine if that went in?
That would be the saddest way to lose this game. And it might just happen here as Nolly playing with it above the net. Minx Gaming, though, finally break out of their end, and what do they do with it is the question here as Kern gonna try and take it himself. Gets 2 to go. It's a free shot here from Mads. Great defense from Nolly. Follow up by MNKZ, and they take it in 3 minutes.
Oh, it's a 4-goal comeback.
Wow.
They went down 3-0. They were withstanding like so much pressure, throwing the ball away from Guild. Yeah, they weren't able to control the ball, but they were also lacking in the boost department. And they survived. They survived. That's the only way I can say it.
Look at the shot.
Guild massively bottled this. All right. And I have to invoke Shogun on this because I don't know any more accurate way to describe that game than bottling from Guild.
It's funny because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, if Shogun was here, this is how he would describe this game, and it's absolutely true. There is no excuses for Guild. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be nice about this one. There are no excuses here for Guild. They absolutely destroyed Minx in the beginning of this game. And I don't know what happened, if they started messing around a little bit. I'm not going to make any accusations, but I don't know what happened to Guild to somehow change this. Look, Minx made a couple of good plays, don't get me wrong, on the comeback especially, and that last play was fantastic from them. But Guild, whether they messed up in regular time, they should have scored in overtime like 8 different times. They couldn't put it on target. There are no excuses for Guild in that game. They lost that one on their own.
And have given Minx a breath of life. But how big is this breath? Because Guild, they can recover. It's a new game, but Mads got on the front of that ball, and MNKZ was caught in no man's land. Tho picks up yet another for Guild.
Yeah, tough situation here for MNKZ. It's tough to decipher where this ball really is going to go on that challenge, and he crept up a bit too far. I don't think the first or second option in your mind is, oh, this is just going to be blasted over my head straight onto my net.
Right. Yeah, you at least expect that first challenge to happen, and a lot of times it does. Some teams get caught out on that more times than others, but we haven't really seen that happen to Minx. Really just losing on a lot of solid, like, I'll say that Guild in the last game before the train fell off the rails, we're doing a lot of great infield passing work. Tho's doing great double touches, but it was saved by Mads this time. And now Mads, he stops on that first challenge, and then he stops Scrub Killer, which is key for Minx in this game, Corelli. If they're gonna win on their own, purely on their own merit in this game, they gotta find a way to win those challenges, because the 50 game has belonged to Guild. Here's a shot. Oh, denied by Scrub, but all in the air is Kern. Shot saved again by Tho. Is there another one coming for Minx? Maz will play a bouncer, tried to pre-flip back into it, but Nolly and Scrub got the clear, and Kern has to make this touch. He does, but now it sets Guild up. Tho was looking for Nolly. Nolly didn't like it. Wrap back around for the touch, and again, Minx handle it on defense. They've had to handle a lot of Guild offense. Can they actually get some more pressure? And
it's in.
Just in. Matt's great. The bounce shot, tie game.
Well, I guess you just get one back here. Nolly had boost to work with here. I don't think he thought it was in. I think he thought it was going to go off the post, and a great solid win by Matsgray there. And you get one back for Minx. But something I want to point out is I think if you're Minx,
do you let that bounce if you think it's off the post?
No, I have no idea, honestly. I mean, I feel like either way, Nolly should have gone for it. It was plenty of time to get to it. So I'm not really sure what he was thinking there. He had about 40 boosts, just under 40 boosts to work with. So yeah, he could have gotten to the ball. I don't know. But either way, it goes in for Minx Gaming. But I think if you're Minx, especially in the last couple offensive tries, you've noticed how jumpy Guild are. And I think that's their biggest weakness right now, is their defense is just a little too anxious, a little too jumpy on the play to get involved. And you see 2, even 3 players jump for a ball. They do get the clear, and that's fine. But you don't want to send 2, 3 players every single time. This one's going to bounce in. Matt's going to get a second touch and a 1-goal lead for Minx.
Oh, it's unconventional, but it wouldn't be Europe Day without a couple of these. As Tho, he tried to find the initial rebound against Mads, but then Mads put it right in front of him, and Tho just scrolled up the post and couldn't recover.
I don't know if Scrub quit on the play or he thought that touch was going to come through. I'll assume the latter, but unfortunately, he had 100 boosts and was staring at the ball. He probably could have got there if he had seen the missed touch, or at least expected it. Of course, that's hindsight, but still, there was multiple ways for that ball to be saved, and Minx better for it here as they're slowly now putting Guild to work here.
Less and less chances for them, and it's forcing Guild to go for these boomer passes in midfield where Scrub actually missed the ball. There's a little too much juice on it. Minx, that's a big whiff. That would have been some solid pressure down the field if he found that boomer. But Scrub takes the ball back. Tho following close behind, looking for the shot. Oh, it's off the corner and own goal. Tho, he's scoring them all kinds of ways. The lowest percentage ways and the highest. This one, where does it fall, Corelli?
Oh, that's a 10 out of 10 goal if you ask me, for Tho. Absolutely calculated.
You're right, that's the high percentage play.
That's the high percentage play.
You hit that with 100%.
And unfortunately, that last defender only had about 12 boosts, so it was an awkward position with that back post shot. Needs to give up another one. Guild happy to see that one drop, and in a game where they haven't seen as much opportunity, there's a second touch. It's not on target. We stay tied.
It's been an interesting back and forth. I certainly don't expect all of the goals to work out the way that they have. Nolly, he's got a lead here with Tho screening across the line, and it's just in again. In such a chaotic game, it's no wonder that just the threat of Tho here is enough to stop the defense.
Well, I mean, every single time a Guild player has gone into an air dribble, they have carried it to the back post or to the back wall every single time. So seeing the fake come out is a great way to mix things up as you've trained the defense to expect that carry. And so Nolly now just does the opposite of the expectation, and you'll beat everyone every single time like that.
It may be what kills Mink's comeback run here. Mads in front for Nolly. Tho next up in the rotation. Minx looking for a way out on defense. They've been having struggles in the corner. Now they're all tied up on that left half of the field for Guild. Nolly comes away with the ball off the demo. Has the flip reset, but it gave a chance for Tho. He almost slipped it under. Nolly recovers. 1, 2, ball is saved by Kern. Taken out. Minx trying to hang on. Can they get another quick one here? Max Gray, low on the ground. Can't have the dribble. Scrub clear, denied. Kern off the corner. Where's the shot? Oh, Mads bounced twice off of his car. Tie game.
You make 3 saves on the defensive half. You march down the field. You put 2 more shots on target, and you find your 3rd goal in the last 25 seconds. Minx are living on the edge, but here they are once again tied up late in a game.
Oh, Guild, how many times do they have to find themselves in this situation? It might happen again. The shot, double commit, saved by Tho. Now slowing it down, Kern. Shot is off the back wall, and a quick clear back to Scrub Killer. Scrub, the challenge back to Nolly, back to Scrub. Scrub back to Nolly. Oh, Guild steal the lead. 5 seconds left.
What a little give and go here from Guild. It comes back to Nolly, and he gives it to Scrub downfield, continues his run. Wonderfully played there by Guild. 5 seconds left now for Minx.
Guild, did they finally do it? Or can Minx make it interesting one last time? Hang on, Kern can't get to the ball. Guild, hang on, Corelli. But boy, oh boy, did they love to make it interesting for everybody involved.
We still got another game, Jorby. If it's going to be like this.
I'm talking about that game. I'm talking about the last 2 games.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. I'm with you. And I mean, look, I think Minx, they've turned it up a little bit to the point where, obviously it's a lot more competitive than maybe what we saw in the first game. But Jorby, I gotta be honest, man. Guild are making this so hard. They really are for themselves. I mean, look, I want to give credit to Minx. They're playing well. They're hanging in there. But my goodness, Guild, they've shot themselves in both feet multiple times now.
Yeah, and they still haven't gone to the hospital for it. We tried to wrap it up with some bandages, but we only had 1 roll, and they've completely bled through, and somehow they've stabbed themselves in the foot again. So I don't know what's happening with Guild, but we can't have dangerous objects around them because they tend to hurt themselves. Maybe they can finally recover here, Corelli. I don't know. I think. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, to your point, they are their worst enemy right now. So, right, I mean, they are in they've been in control in almost every single one of these games, if not all of them. It really is up to them whether or not they want to win or lose at this point.
Already pressure. Minx. They've been able to come back a couple of times, but, the biggest thing that really hurts Minx Gaming is going down multi-goal leads and then having to rely on Guild mistakes. Like you said, you want to give them more credit. And there have been sequences where they've looked solid. But overall, Guild has outplayed this team. And they just haven't collected on a lot of their chances on net, where we're used to this team usually scoring. So as Scrub Killer comes off the ceiling and Tho gets bumped out of the way, we'll see if Guild can complete the run and move to stage 2.
The Minx defense is getting smarter. They're realizing now what Guild want to do with this ball, especially since the boost game isn't in as much control as it was for Guild. They haven't been able to have these long air dribbles through the midfield. And Minx are starting to cut off those passes, or at least bumping the player out of the way. And it's really paying off as they see a demo. It's a 1v1 over Tho, the left side shot, and Mads gets the go-ahead goal for Minx.
It's a great catch from Mads. Nolly getting demoed out of the play is the biggest factor in this. Tho still coming back, has to wait. And that's the worst position to be in as a defender. You hope that they don't hit it far post. Mads did. Excellent job. And Minx is at 2. Nolly picks up the save, but he got to keep in front. And he does. Mads up again, but Tho is there first. So Minx, they don't get a second goal quickly, but that could have been dangerous. Counterattack, crossbar league. Nolly, no goal either. We love the crossbar today.
Well, look, that's another opportunity where Guild just have to score those. That was a great pass, perfectly set up. And yet Guild just can't convert. Those are the opportunities. I mean, it doesn't get more clean than that for Guild.
Oh, speedy there from Kern to get to that ball. It forces Guild to look for another option in, but the back wall secured for now by Minx. Able to get a touchdown field. Mats Gray gets back to the challenge. This will put Nolly in a tough spot as Mats Gray still screens across to keep Guild honest on the back wall. Oh, and Mads came off the ceiling for the challenge, and Scrub made him pay. That challenge had to happen. It didn't, and Guild get the lead, or get the tie.
Look how far out that touch is from Though as well. Didn't have a lot of boost to work with catching back up to it, and Scrub does a great job. Again, Though and Scrub, a couple times now, these long arcing passes across the field, they've been able to link up a couple times. It's paid off.
This bounce for Though. He slowly lets that come to him and figures out where exactly to go on the pitch, but all of Guild are gone, and I don't know how it keeps happening. But Scrub and Though got bumped. Okay, all right. Acceptable.
At least for him, and then the fake for Minx there on the last man. So Minx, again, a go-ahead goal. 6 shots in their name to the only 2 of Guild. They have certainly put on the offense here. Guild, again, you start to think back to that opportunity they had just a couple minutes, or maybe 45 seconds ago, where the wide open shot hit the crossbar. That could be the difference maker here.
And especially when it hasn't been consistent from Guild, where you don't really know what to expect on each possession. But Scrub at least has a solid couple of shots on net now, heading the other way, but they can't control midfield, and Minx will take this. Sometimes looks a bit haphazard, and a demo might make things a little bit clearer, but Nolly dives in front for the save. Mats Gray is there, but it's off the crossbar. Though he lost the ball, and Mads can't hang on to it either. So we're trading back and forth possession. The demo will give Kern another chance.
The demo game's been picked up by Minx as well, and that's creating a huge problem for Guild as they struggle to stay in good shape with that demo. Minx have definitely exposed another weakness in the defense of Guild.
Ooh, took a while for Mads. He was trying to figure out the flow there because Though and Nolly were kind of, weaving back and forth. Like, is Nolly going to turn back? Is Though going to go in? But they grab the ball here in the corner. And everybody pulls back on Minx. They want this long ball play. And are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No.
How? What is going on with Guild? This team is cursed. I'm convinced, Corelli. How does this happen to these 3 players? We've seen them play so well. How does this happen against a team that you would expect them to beat?
It's a great question, Jarvie. It honestly is.
I don't expect you to know the answer, because I don't think any of us do.
I'm very curious to know what's going on in comms now too, because that is a very deflating goal to let in. One of your players makes a huge mistake that 99 times. There you go. He makes up for it. So he gets one back here. 44 seconds left. Nolly redeeming himself. That's what Guild needs, especially after giving up a goal like that. It's a great second touch by Though. 44 seconds now for Guild. Otherwise, we're going to a game 5.
Well, the key for Minx, as the great boy said, hit thy ball between Though and Scrub, and score you shall.
That's an ancient
double commit they will. Yeah. Written in the book of Johnny, chapter 2. Whatever. Pass, Scrub, finds Nolly. Nolly gets a touch out to Scrub. Is it tied up? No, Kern stays on the ground. Will pick up the save. Minx, they'd love to hang on for as long as possible. Trying as they may, they get bumped off of each challenge. Scrub loses to Mads there. He has to work for this. He'll find Nolly in space. That's a hard ball off the back wall, picked up once by Kern. But the miss gives Though the crossbar, and
no
Scrub!
way!
No, doesn't get the goal. Nolly, no! Guild are cursed.
Jorby, they hit the crossbar again, Jorby. They hit the crossbar again and again and again and again and again. This is it. Okay? Guild, they
Rocket
keep
League
hitting the post. They keep hitting the crossbar. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say for them. They have opportunities. They have clean, wonderfully set up, beautiful opportunities, and they can't put it away. That is the difference right now. Guild are beating themselves, and I don't want to take anything away from Minx. I really don't. But I mean, look, when you have this many shots go off posts, when you have this many shots go off crossbars, what do you say?
Like, it looks so bad, especially that whiff. Like where I don't remember who got the goal for Minx, but I think it was Nolly that had to make the save, and he just didn't think the ball was going to hit the ceiling, or just his launch was just poor, which is just not what you expect. And I'm stunned, man. I'm stunned. Minx have taken this to Guild have taken this to game 5.
Yeah,
and Minx can punish them if they're not careful. This might be bad for Guild.
I mean, Jorby, we usually refer to CRL as the crossbar Rocket League, but Europe really making a run for their money here.
Happy Europe Day, Corelli.
Yeah.
It's great to be here. Fo gets a long touchdown field. Nolly next up for it, takes the shot, and it's...
Oh, my goodness.
Just when you think it's like, oh, yeah, this is pretty standard. Nah, dude. No, it's going to hit the post. It's going to hit the crossbar. It'll bounce off the inside. Oh, man. Thank you.
That's a great pop from Scrub. But the defense, again, from Minx have definitely improved since game 1. They have been a lot more proactive on slowing down Guild.
All right, Nolly will flip this up over, but can't win the challenge against Kern. Mad's already downfield, has a nice touch, but Scrub picks up the save.
Scrub.
Though with the follow-up touch, but Matt's Gray was already waiting for it. Great job by Scrub Killer on defense.
Yeah, Scrub using his flip there to stay with that ball as it was killed right in front of him. And it might pay off as Scrub fires off a shot. Though trying to get this one across, he does in the end, but no one there from his team to help him out.
And now Guild back in front of their own box, high in front of their own box. That challenge will be Tho's, but Kern, he is not going to let Tho sit around and try to carry that ball. Minx are playing aggressive right now controlling both of the boosts. Matt's Gray, it doesn't matter where the ball goes. As long as he can get back to it, he doesn't care. Couldn't find the pass out. Now Nolly was given the ball. Saved by Kern again. But can Minx get set up on offense? Everybody careening forward, and it's just challenge after challenge that it turns into awkward situations on the rotation for Minx. And Kern got the shot, but it was denied at the origin. Another great pass, and Mads had to stretch. Couldn't get around the ball.
And if I'm Minx, I smell blood in the water here. Guild have not looked good on defense. This is a scary one. It's a great save from Kern comes out, but Minx, shot after shot, have shown that Guild are fragile on defense, and they have been panicking. I don't know if they trust each other at this point, especially with some of the individual errors that we've seen. That's got to be on Minx's mind right now, that Guild, they're not there right now. I mean, they got to be a little tilted after a few of these games.
If there's any time you're going to beat Guild, it's now. They are not playing at their level, at their usual level that we know them capable of. Minx, they're going to keep things going. It's a nice little back pass from Kern. And Guild have to be careful on this approach out, because Kern was just lurking for that ball. And that could be a dangerous challenge in the corner, but to commit from Minx, and that is not how you keep possession. Tho just waits downfield, and he hits the post. Wait, they don't need us anymore, Corelli.
I don't know what to say for Guild.
We're out.
I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say.
Well, we know them to hit the post. You know that when Scrub has this pass out to Nolly, if you think it's going to be a goal, well, fools you. You got bamboozled. Turns out the post and the crossbar. I don't know, man. Here we go, Minx. Minx haven't really been able to stay on offense. They only have 3 shots on net. Despite everything that we're harping on Guild for, I mean, that kind of just exasperates the issue, right? It's like Minx haven't even been able to do anything consistently on offense, and you still can't punish them for it. Even right there, drop passing play just too far in front. All it takes is one more whiff from Guild to lose the series.
And that might be what separates these two teams, is one miss or maybe even one missed opportunity. If you're Guild, there's the pass out to Mads, and he couldn't put the shot on target, but the net was open. Though was still rotating back, and this is the time of the game where things get tense. The last 30 seconds upon us. Game 5 tied up.
Oh, good touch from Kern. He got the win, and he stopped. Flow is clear. The net's wide open. Oh, no, he missed the ball. Oh, the ball missed the net. If you want to be more accurate, that was the best chance Minx have had all game. And now regulation. Winding down. 10 seconds remaining. Scrub losing this one. It's over Tho's head. Nolly has to come in. Nolly, he has Tho as his second man. Tho gonna wait in midfield. Guild gonna start with one touch. Tho forces the ball out. Is that a shot on target? No. Well. Champions Field Game 5 overtime. Here we go.
Yeah, just get into it, Derby. I mean, I could sit here and I could talk about the analysis. I'm just going to say the same thing I've been saying. Guild have had a chance to put this series away multiple times. Minx, at this point, they got to be happy that they're sitting here in overtime in Game 5 for the amount of misses and chances that Guild have had.
If Guild win this game, well, that is something. That's something to say for resilience. But if you're going to make mistakes, at least you've been able to keep things pretty clean. Otherwhere. This whole match has just tripped me up, man. It's hard to get a read sometimes. Scrub will jump that passing play. And looking for a long pass in front was Mads Gray from Kern, but a boomer from Scrub Killer into the net. Guild survive a trial that they put themselves under, but they come out alive, battered and bruised, but onwards to stage 2.
Wow. Jorby, what can I say about this game that I haven't said already? I really don't know. I truly cannot break down this game anymore. I have no words for what I just witnessed in this Game 5 series. I'm happy for Guild, but my goodness, there's a lot to talk about with this team as far as shooting accuracy and defensive work right now, because it was at times very poor. I'll put it nicely for Guild.
It felt like eventually it was really going to come back to bite them, but Minx Gaming, they were always still a step behind in a lot of those opportunities. They were really never able to generate anything of their own accord except for that first overtime goal at the very beginning. So Minx don't get to the top 16 this time, and Guilds, they do get a ticket. However, I'm sure that the desk has words to say, especially Gibbs. Gibbs always has scathing remarks, and I'm curious. He probably will say something nice. I don't know.